What's up, y'all? Welcome to Elite Growth and Improvement, and today we're going to be talking about how to bulk the right way. So in the last video, I went over how to lose weight, but I felt like it was only right for me to start talking about how to gain weight, or more specifically, gain muscle. I found it hard to gain weight as a kid growing up, so I can definitely relate more to this side than the other one, but it's actually not as hard as you might think. If you ask people nowadays, how do I gain weight? How do I bulk up? The number one thing that they're gonna say is eat more, which is true, but there's other ways of gaining weight instead of just eating 4 to 5 meals a day. So let's start by talking about tracking calories. When you track your calories, you stay more consistent day to day. There are various apps out there that you can use that make it a lot easier to keep track of how many calories you're taking on a daily basis. An example of one is the Edo app. That's one that I use, and it's linked to my Apple Watch, so it kind of tracks the calories that I gain and the calories that I burn at the same time. It not only records the calories that I eat, but it also gives me meal suggestions so I don't run out of meal ideas in the future. Now, I'm not gonna lie, most of these apps do require like monthly or yearly subscriptions, but if you want to make your life easier tracking calories, I personally think that it's a good investment to have. And it also applies to losing weight as well. These apps also have surveys that you can take at the beginning so that the app can figure out how many calories you need to take on a daily basis. If an app isn't for you though, you can definitely use pen and paper to record it. It's just gonna be a little bit more difficult. The nutrition factors on the back is definitely gonna be your best friend. You'll have to copy down how many calories each serving is going to have and add them together to get your total daily intake. One thing that will make things a little tricky is not being able to track how much you burn through the day. This could be made easier by using devices like an Apple Watch, a Fitbit, or a Samsung Watch, and many other devices like that can track your steps and your workouts. Most apps nowadays do combine what the Apple Watch or the Samsung Watch, whatever device you have, and combines it together with the calorie intakes that you record in the app to create a more detailed response on how many calories you're burning and how much you've gained. Now we'll talk about what foods to eat. Now the good thing is you have a lot more freedom about the types of food that you want to eat in comparison to those who are trying to lose weight. However, there's still a lot that you want to stay away from, such as sweets and high-calorie food that have low nutritional value, like cookies and cakes, that type of stuff. The food groups that you want to focus on, though, are proteins and carbs. Some proteins to consider are lean beef, chicken, turkey, eggs, and fish. The reason you want to eat protein is because its role is to build and repair body tissue, supporting your immune system and your overall health, which is super important for after workout, during the time that your body is recovering and rebuilding the muscles you broke down. Getting into some carbs though, you want to go for rice, potatoes, pasta, that type of thing, and bread as well. Now for me, I'm not gonna lie, I used to get tired of eating the same carbs over and over again, so it is important to make sure that you switch it up every now and then. Carbs are your primary source of energy for the body, mainly in form of glucose, which fuels the brain and other tissues. Obviously, you're going to want to continue to have your fruits and vegetables too, but it's okay to get extra portions of carbs and protein when it comes to bulking up. Finally, we'll be going over workouts. So when eating more, it is imperative that you work out as well. If you don't, then you're going to be gaining pounds in places that you don't want. You can do cardio here and there, but it's honestly best to focus on strength-based workouts. Some examples being bench press, lat pull down, dumbbell curls, and tricep extension. There are a multitude of different workouts out there for specific muscle groups, so see which ones you can improve on and start to create a workout through there. Or if you want some workouts that I'm doing for my competition, right after this video, check out my shorts and you'll find workouts for each day of the week. Now, growing up being thin isn't the worst thing in the world, but I definitely had moments where I think to myself, like, am I gonna be skinny forever, or am I gonna write my own future and be a 6'6" beast? And although I'm not where I want to be at yet, I can see the growth and improvements already, and I know where I will be and how I can get there. So if you're asking yourself that question too, take a second to really be honest with yourself, and if it's yes, it's time to start your fitness journey. But to wrap up, y'all, I want to give a special shout out and thanks to everybody who has made it this far in the video. I love each and every one of y'all, and I hope that y'all have been enjoying these videos so far. I put a lot of effort into it, and so I'm just trying to give advice to those who kind of need it and really struggling to get their healthy lifestyle on track or don't really know which direction to take. So yeah, so once again, y'all have a blessed one. Peace.